Welcome guys, I hate to be making this video under these circumstances, under this L that we just got from the Nuggets. Please excuse my hair, but I think it's only appropriate that I have it like this, as it is a representation of our performance, and particularly the end of that second quarter and the second half. So hopefully by making this video, I'll bring some closure to our pain, because I know that's what we're feeling, especially us Clipper fans, because you know that's all we've ever felt is pain, right? Man, especially me. For those of you guys that don't know, I've been a fan for my whole life, like 20 plus years or whatnot. So we'll talk about the game in particular. I'll go down the line, player by player, see what we need from them, what they have to do differently. A little bit about the Nuggets, and yeah, but as I mentioned in the last video, I did not think it was going to be easy. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't a Clipper fan, I'd pick the Nuggets. Being a Clipper fan, I'm picking us, but now we're just down in the hole, 0-1. But yeah, so let's get into it. Final score is 112-110. That first half, amazing, right? Man, we looked young. Kawhi getting to the rim. I feel like we had a lot of fast break points, but we were getting to the rim at ease, which moving forward we're gonna need more of that, just to give us more leeway towards the end of the game when the game slows down and it's more of a bucket per bucket type of game, right? All right, so yeah, so first half looked great. Man, I know we're all excited, and then even seeing Kawhi, just seeing his running up and down the floor, and like he had a couple of power dunks, and then the game kind of slowed down. But before it did, that horrible, I think it was in the end of the second quarter when the Nuggets went on a 13-0 run, and man, we just couldn't buy a bucket. And ironically enough, the reason I thought we had an advantage in the series was because of our depth. That just hurt us, dude. I'll just go down the list. Kawhi showed up, ended up with 22 points. I would have liked to see him have be more aggressive, but I'll give him a pass because Harden had it going. Harden had 32. So because of that, it seemed like Harden had it going. So Kawhi like just relaxed a bit. That's fine. I'm okay with that. If we would have won and Kawhi ends up with 22, Harden 32, and like a third guy, I don't think anyone had more than 10 really. But I just had Powell 12. If we would have won, Kawhi ends up with 22, Harden 30, 32, Powell 18, 20. I'm okay with that. That's the kind of game that's the kind of team that we're kind of set up to have for success, right? That wasn't the case. Speaking of Powell, he only had 12. Like if you're just gonna have 12, Powell, and I was reading this in the comments. Oh, don't have those turnovers. And if you're gonna have turnovers, don't have like those really bad. Just like there was one turnover where he literally threw it like not to anyone, like just towards the middle of the court. Like it was just weird. That was just one of so many bad turnovers, and it was just a domino effect with everyone. With Bogey, a couple other guys might have had some turnovers, but back to Powell. He just has to get to the bucket more. I mean, that's when he strides, when he's aggressive and he goes to that right hand, like that quick burst. Yeah, I mean, he just has to be more aggressive. Sorry, my dog's right here. I mean, that's just going to be, if Powell's going to be having, well, first of all, offensively, he has to be more of an X factor. Their X factor over there, Joker, we knew was going to do his thing. Murray, we knew was going to do his thing. Gordon was their X factor. Russell was their X factor offensively. So we're gonna need that third guy in. And obviously it's playoff times where it's not to a point where like, all right, who's our third guy? No, it's Powell. Powell's our third guy. You know, sometimes could be that second guy. So he just has to be better, just better. You know, and like I said, if you're not gonna be productive offensively, like don't drag us down with those horrible turnovers, just bad turnovers, dude. Oh man, Zoo did his thing, dude. 21 and 13. It's just a Zoo game. He had it cooking in the beginning. Kept us in, I think, or was a big part of like that little comeback that we had when we got down double digits. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on Zoo. Zoo was fantastic. Kudos, Zoo. Keep it up. My boy Harden, man, playoff Harden. That was playoff Harden, and you know what I liked about him actually? He was aggressive going to the rim with that left hand. He'd give you like that little hezzy stutter, and then like boom, take off. He looked young. He looked rejuvenated out there. He looked motivated, which is a good sign moving forward because man, we're gonna need all hands on deck, for sure. This one this one kills me to talk about. It's like a love-hate type of thing. I'm not sure if you guys could relate. Chris Dunn. Here's my thing with Dunn. Like, all right, I get it. He's like our defensive specialist, which I don't think that exists nowadays. Because to me, a defensive specialist is you better lock down their second or third best player. You better like lock them down. And if you're not gonna lock them down, at least make it not easy for them. You know. So what I'm getting at is if you're only gonna be 10 points, and that's fine. I get it. You're not there to like score 20. Like no one's expecting that. I just need more of an effect on the defensive end. You know. Had a couple silly fouls, but that's just what it is with them. I kind of expect those silly fouls from him. Those threes, he's got to make them. That's just what it is. Like it's playoff time, baby. You got to hit those three. I think there was like 2 or 3 at the end of the game where that was the open guy that the Nuggets chose. Was like, you know, he's gonna have to beat us, and nope, it went there. You know, so that's what I mean. Like, if you're not gonna hit him, make more of an effect on the defensive end. You know, lock down Murray. You know, hold him down to 7 less that game or whatever, you know. So with that said, I think. Well, actually, I'll say this for a little bit. I'll just continue going down the line. DJJ, not really a factor. You know, I was a little disappointed, and I'm not really sure if it's his fault or not. But I was expecting him to be more of a defensive chess piece, if you will. Kind of like how he was last year with PG. I don't want to say he clamped down PG, but dude, he made his presence known, and if anything, yeah, no, I would say he locked down PG because other than like one game I believe PG had last year, he was a menace, you know. And if he didn't lock him down, he was definitely he was efficient defensively on him, you know. Made PG shoot a bad percentage on the offensive end. So you know, again, I'm not sure if like that's his fault or not, because again, he wasn't starting, but he's gonna be part of the changes that I think need to happen, moving forward in the series. Batum, man, big threes. Like honestly, I never expect anything from Batum. I know everyone's like Batum's like our glue guy and all that. Anything that he gives us is just a bonus for me, you know. Yeah, but he was big with those threes. You know, he was big with those threes. On the defensive end, I know you can't do much with Joker, so that's not on him. Like, no one can guard Joker, right? I'm not gonna even waste time with Ben Simmons. Dude. Like, I had like when we first got him, I was like, all right, if this dude could just give us 6, just driving to the bucket, 7 rebounds, 3-4 assists, but primarily if he could give us just like 8 points, just using his body and his speed, getting to the bucket, which I'm convinced that's just never gonna happen. I'm done with Simmons. I said it. Like I don't mean to hate on a dude, but like, dude, just get out the league, dude. Like, if you're gonna be like this, just come on, dude, or at least get out of our team. I think that's gonna be an issue moving forward. Like, he's just not productive, you know. And again, if you're not gonna be productive on the offensive end, who are you clamping down on the defensive end? You know. Bogey. I hope this is the same thing is happening now that happened when we first got him. I remember when we first got him, he was just like stink up the joint, and everyone was like, "We traded for this dude and this and that," and then he like caught fire and was like on a roll. This is his one game to be like, all right, I got the nerves out, I got whatever it is out. This is your one game, Bogey. We're gonna need you to make some threes, dude. Silly, not silly fouls, but he just seemed like a liability on defense, or maybe it's just matchups because Gordon is just like that much bigger than this dude. Because I know they were like searching for that matchup, but same thing I've said for Simmons and Powell. If you're gonna be a liability on defense, give us something on offense, dude. Like, you gotta be doing something, you know, for the team. That was it. That was our rotation. Nuggets, Joker did his thing. 29, 12, and 9. Well, at least it will help him to a double-double, not a triple-double. But he did his thing. That's just what it is. Murray did his thing. Yeah, 21 and 7. Murray, that's... If you're a Nuggets fan, you're happy with this. And here's the X factor. Gordon, 25 points. That's what it is. That's what it came down to. We couldn't... Our third person, we couldn't cancel out Gordon. So that's what it came down to. And on top of that, Westbrook with 15. There it is. There's your game right there. And then if Westbrook with that big ass three, like, of course he makes it. Of course he makes it on us. Of course he makes it. Yeah, so that's your ball game right there. Those are your X factors. So moving forward, I think we have to make a change. I think we need more size. There were so many. I think it was like late in the fourth. I think it was like 3 or 4 back-to-back offensive rebounds that we gave. And I even told my girlfriend, I was like, dude, we're just so small out there. Like, other than Zoo, we're just small, you know? Because our backcourt is, not our backcourt, but two of the guys we have on the floor, Chris Dunn and Powell, they're smaller dudes. And our next biggest dude is Harden and Kawhi, you know? So versus what was on the floor for the Nuggets, Joker, and I'm not saying he's like this crazy ass rebound, but that's still a big body. Gordon, like, oh god, that's what killed us. I think he had a couple of those offensive rebounds, so we just look small. So we could just match up, bring in DJJ for more size. Because again, Dunn is not like locking up anyone on defense, you know what I mean? And he's not going crazy on offense, you know? Like, those 10 points are just like bonus points, honestly, for me. But yeah, I think that's what we have to do. So those are the changes I would make going to game two. Game two being crucial. You can't fall down 0-2 to the Nuggets. And this is the reason I picked the Nuggets as a non-Clipper fan. If I was, that's still the core. Like I mentioned in the last video, that's still their core. I don't know why people are undermining this team so much, dude. That's still Joker, Murray, and Gordon, dude. That's the nucleus of that finals run on top of MPJ, you know. But those three guys, if those three guys are playing good, I mean, you have a shot to win, you know. And yeah, so bad mistakes towards the end, just bad, like silly. You know, it was a big play when I think it was the end of regulation. Yeah, might have end of regulation. There was like 15 seconds left. Westbrook drives, misses the shot. Gordon ends up with the ball, and we foul him. That's a mental mistake. You didn't have to foul him because we were going to get the ball back, you know? So you foul them with, like, I believe 10, 12 seconds left on the game clock, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So we were going to get the ball back. So there was no reason to foul him and put him on the line, you know? You essentially just give up 2 points, you know? So I would have just. I don't think that was like a choice by like a strategy. I think they were just like, oh crap, like they got the rebound back. We got a foul. We're running out of time. No, like so these are the things you have to be like better about. Um, Kawhi big turnover at the end when he's up 3 by the out of bounds line. He was just too like relaxed with the ball, and then Murray just kind of hits it off, and then hits Kawhi last. So little things like that. We didn't that inbounds Batum to Harden. You just can't have that. Like you just can't have that. You know, you gotta get at least a look. Yeah, and then they just made big threes, big threes at the end. You know, but that's your ball game right there. Their third X factor and just mental mistakes, you know, and combination of those two things plus being out rebounded, you know, the odds are with Denver to win that game, you know. But I hope. I'm not gonna say I hope you guys don't feel that bad because no, I feel horrible. I was telling my girlfriend as well, like, I hate this time of the year because other than like, you lose, right? You obviously want to win, right? Other than that, I'm just gonna be in a bad mood now, like for the rest of the day. So like my day is ruined, you know. So now I gotta wait till Monday, if that's when game 2 is, to like, you know, bring my spirit back up. Or the only thing that would make me feel better is a Lakers loss, you know. So kind of cancel out, you know. All right, guys. So that was it. Tell me what you guys think. What other game was today? Bucks and Pacers. I'm still rolling with the Pacers on that series. I said if no Dame, I'm going Pacers. That team just 1 through 5 is just like they're bringing it. Like I was actually more like surprised at how much they brought it, dude. Like everyone buckets. You know, I know the Bucks kind of brought it close towards the end. Stop, baby. But yeah, it was just Giannis and some other dudes versus the Pacers. That's what it was. Right now we have Knicks and Pistons going. I want to watch it, but I just wanted to get this off my brain and kind of defuse myself with you guys. Pistons, Knicks. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna check it out. And then later on, Lakers, Timberwolves, and then tomorrow we're gonna have more games. So yeah, I might just do another video after all the games one finish tomorrow. Do a little follow up, if not on Monday after game 2. But game 2 is crucial. I know Denver they're just doing what they're supposed to do, win at home. But man, this was us. The end was there for the taking for us, you know, especially being up like 15 or something. So, all right, so that was it. You guys enjoy the rest of the games. Enjoy your Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone. And then I'll catch you guys either tomorrow night or Monday after the game. All right, guys. Peace.